Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
And I'm your other host, TJ Cornwell. And today we're going to be doing, obviously what we've been doing the past few weeks. We're going to be reacting to the episode in real time with the timer in the top that you don't see right now, but you will see when we watch the episode. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're back from 2 weeks ago. We missed last week, had a little, something that wouldn't allow us to go live, unfortunately, but we're here now. So I think before the episode comes out at 9 o'clock, we'll probably talk about what we thought about the episode, I guess, last week quickly. And then there's also some big news that just came out, 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess, do you want to just start with the big news?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right. So, as of, I think it was literally, 10 minutes or 18 minutes ago was the official posting by the WGA announcing that after last Wednesday, talks started up again between the WGA, which is the Writers Guild of America, and the AMPTP, which is the producers that have been, kind of on the other side of all this strike stuff. Talks basically started back up again last week, and they ended up going well, and then they ended up reaching a deal. I believe it was on Friday, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a tentative agreement, I think it was, right?
Yeah, they struck the tentative agreement, and then basically they had been waiting and having the contractors... it was Sunday night was when the deal was reached. That's right. This has been happening really quick. Basically, then they gave it over to all the lawyers to actually write the actual contract, and then it was put through the people it needed to be put through. It was voted and approved, and now, even though it's going to take a little bit for everything to be ratified as the new deal together, the WGA just now at 8 p.m. and now 8 p.m. our time announced that there is a cancellation to the work stoppage and that the strike is going to be ending at 12:01 a.m. today. So basically what that, or 12:01 a.m. tonight, I should say. So basically what that means is tomorrow morning, all the writers are going back to work, all the writers that there are. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to get into here, but I mean, I want to get your thoughts on it. But also, this is something we hadn't really touched on was the stuff happening about 2 or 3 weeks ago with some of Drew Barrymore's show and Bill Maher's show almost coming back, then kind of feeling the pressure and, kind of backing off a little bit. Now shows like that, daytime shows, they can all just come back full force because none of that stuff even has to do with the SAG strike. So what are your thoughts on all of this finally being over after 148 now days? I believe it'll be 148 full days striking since May 2nd. The writer's strike is finally over. And where is this going to put us with the SAG strike and the actors?
This is obviously very good news. Really excited to see, what everybody, obviously nobody's been working on anything since the strike started, but, you got, get some ideas in your head, start putting pen to paper. Maybe you thought of something really great while you were, striking. Yeah. But it's good news for obviously all writers getting back to work, and obviously agreeing to a new deal. Hopefully this means that a SAG-AFTRA agreement will be coming very soon. I'm sure even though, the writers obviously have their deal, but they're still going to stand behind all the actors and make sure that they get, what is fair to them. But yeah, this is really exciting. Hopefully we start to see a lot of new and exciting content coming. But that's crazy that it was that long.
Yeah.
I feel like I never got the feeling that it would start. I thought it started way later than May. I thought it was like July or something. I never realized.
No, that's when the actors start.
Right.
Yeah, that's how long that one's been. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just nuts when you think about 148 days. I mean, easily the longest, and then with the SAG strike thrown on top of it,
right? This
has easily been the worst. I would assume so. I mean, I'm not talking about just ones that I'm aware of. Certainly worse than the 2007, 2008 one, because this had the actors on top of it, which means, just think about all those, think about every movie that was talked about. Oh, it was because of the writer's strike. you would have completely lost whole seasons of things like Lost, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 1 could have just been out the window. Everything that was Tropic Thunder, that was another one that was done during the last writer's strike. Just think about how different things could be, and now this is what has happened, is that we just have had this production black hole for all these months, 5 months. It's just crazy, but I am glad that it's starting to get resolved and everything like that, but it's hard to wrap your mind around. And then there's also obviously the terrible just reality of everything that has happened and will continue to happen with all these people out of work. But at the very least, and this is not putting everyone back to work in Hollywood. This is only the Writers Guild. But at least somewhat, some people can go back to work, get going again, and hopefully then by the time everything's in full swing, the actors will have new projects and new sets to go to, like you were saying. So
real quick, I'm seeing a summary of some of the terms.
Yeah.
And one I wanted to jump to just because I was interested was the streaming data transparency.
Okay, yeah.
So this says the companies agree to provide the guild, subject to a confidentiality agreement, the total number of hours streamed both domestically and internationally of self-produced high-budget streaming programs, like a Netflix original series. The guild may share information with the membership in aggregated form. So that's good news because, there was that big kind of argument before of well, we need to see the numbers to see how much we, should be getting in residuals. And they were like, well, no, you can't see the numbers. Well, it's like, okay, well, what if we use this third party? Well, they could be, they could be lying.
They could just be making it
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was this big, thing, but I'm glad to see that that's in there. And then there's the section on AI. One of the bullet points says, AI can't write or rewrite literary material, and AI-generated material will not be considered source material under the NBA, meaning that AI-generated material can't be used to undermine a writer's credit or separated rights.
Good.
Which is really good. And it also looks like the WGA reserves the right to assert that, or wait, maybe that, oh no, here it is. A writer can choose to use AI when performing writing services if the company consents in provided that the writer follows applicable company policies, but the company can't require the writer to use AI software like ChatGPT when performing writing services.
That's a
really
huge
good.
One. Yeah, can't require. That's
But I do like the idea that I don't know how many people would take advantage if you're writing would take advantage of that, but if
that it could be a tool in their arsenal.
Use it. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I like that. Oh yeah, there you go. Wow, that's crazy. They really just they confirmed it and just put right up the terms. Awesome. Yeah.
So going forward, do you think we see
Whoa! Did you see this one? Foreign residuals are now based on the streaming service's number of foreign subscribers, not just on estimates.
Interesting.
So they said this would result in a near 76% increase of foreign residuals. Wow. That's crazy.
See, now here's where I think we're talking all those residuals, but it still comes back to the fact of the wonky accounting in Hollywood and what these studios do. So I'll be interested to see going forward, in a few months, do we still get, those complaints of well, I wasn't paid for, this is, most popular show on Netflix. I'm getting paid probably a very small percentage of what I should be getting.
Yeah.
And, that problem will never be solved until somebody, comes in and makes these studios show everybody how much money they're making.
Yeah.
But, this is a good step in the right direction.
There's also, I'm seeing this year, there's a bonus structure to it too. I don't know, man. This seems like kind of a sweetheart deal. I'm really wondering how bad the AMPTP is holding up. Because this isn't just good. This is fantastic.
Right.
And there's not, at least seemingly, I'll wait for, and I suggest all of you as well, give it 2 or 3 days, and Dan Murrell will have a 45-minute breaking down every single point on this, which is, his videos are incredible. But I'm just very shocked. There's stuff in here that I didn't think they would ever even address or give them, which is, fantastic, like we've been saying. But I'm just still shocked at this. I'm sorry. I'm just reading off. There's just more and more. What do you want to call them? Bullet points coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Still, but yeah. What did you guys think? Also, by the way, shout out to Michelle in the chat. It is her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday!
It's a big one. So thank you for joining us. For that. Wow. So what do you think this means for the actors? Do you think this means we're now gonna really see this happen fast, and we want people back to work by October? Like, is that where we're going? Like October? Because also, this is credit again, Hot Mic Podcast, also a fantastic show to watch, keep up to date on stuff like this. Jeff Snyder said what he had heard from somewhere is he wants to get everybody back. They want to get everybody back to work October 1st because it's October 1st. It's the start of a new month, and it's a Monday, so it's the start of a pay period. And so he's like, that's what everybody is saying that they are just like gunning towards.
Right.
But I guess the question is, can they get to the negotiating table and hammer something out in 4 days?
I think it's definitely possible. One of the big, obviously, sticking points was the whole kind of AI thing, too, with the actors and, them taking their likeness and then being able to use it forever and not having to pay them like a cent after the initial payment. So, obviously, they're willing to budge on that kind of stuff, the AMPTP. So, I feel like this maybe could give them a good outline going forward of an agreement for the actors. Obviously, it's going to be different things just because they're writers and actors, but you have the writers back, but you can't shoot anything. You don't have any actors.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to need one to come along with the other. So I would imagine, I don't know if it'll be by the 1st, but I have a feeling that it's got to be coming soon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what you hope for, but I mean, like I said, I think at this point too, it's just about logistics of like, I don't personally know, because I know for sure they would not address renegotiating with the actors if they weren't concretely set in stone with the writers. So I know they were not going to reopen negotiations if this writer strike was still going. But now that the writer strike has been canceled, but they're still ratifying the contract, I guess my question is, or what I wonder is, will they go to the next negotiating table while the previous one is still being ratified? Or are they going to really want to make sure that the previous one gets ratified, put into motion, then it's time to go to the negotiating table again? I mean, it's kind of like, how many dragons do you really want to be like fighting off at the same time? Because at this point, I mean, they voted through the WGA deal, obviously, but, anything could still happen. Which is kind of scary with all this, but anything could still happen technically. But yeah, I think it'll just be very, very interesting.
I need a new analysis of somebody. I need a new analysis for somebody to come out with of maybe once both deals are done, to give us how what the agreement now. How like when they originally, I forget who leaked it or whatever, but like the outlines of what the actors, or I think it was the writers, were asking for.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Oh, this will affect each studio, 0.02% of their yearly revenue or whatever." I want like a new one, just like after their agreements are done,
like how much,
much it actually will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
again, it'll probably be around. It'll probably be around that.
Yeah.
The same thing, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Because it's. I don't know. It'll just be very interesting. Like I said, I'll be very excited to see Dan Merle's video on this, just because he will go bullet point to bullet point, breaking down what it means, the math behind it, how much they could realistically be looking at, everything like that. So if more news comes out about the WGA strike or anything with SAG, if the AMPTP makes an announcement saying, hey, also tomorrow we're going back to the table with SAG.
Right.
We will let you guys know, whatever comes out about that. But moving off of that, something we haven't gotten the chance to talk about in a while What's some of the stuff that you've been watching lately?
Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what. I finished a little show that unfortunately was canceled last week.
Oh,
And you know what? I take part blame for that because I did not keep up with the show. So, I will take part blame for that, as I'm sure many other people will that did really like this show, and that is Winning Time. Great season 2, I thought. Was it a little kind of... did they kind of mesh a lot of things together, it seemed like, at the end? Yes, just because it felt like they were... they weren't going to have as much time as they wanted. I think it was 7 episodes the second season, so I believe it was 3 episodes shorter than the first season. Maybe it was 8. It was one. It was either 7 or 8.
I think it was 8. Yeah.
And then they ended the last episode with this kind of like montage of things that would be to come if they kept going.
Apparently, that was tacked on. Did you?
Yes,
hear about
I did see that. That it was.
The screeners went out with the original ending.
Right. Yeah. So that does suck. I hope maybe somebody kind of picks it up, maybe like a Netflix or something, and keeps it going. Yeah. But they obviously cut it because nobody was watching it. So
this is not going to be a surprise to anyone who has watched this show for any amount of time. You know where I would hope picks it up? Apple.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think over Netflix, just because who the fuck knows what's going on with Netflix. But also I think Apple is the closest one that has that. It can feel that prestige television. Yeah. And I really feel like Apple right now is one of the only ones that's doing that consistently. That just everything they put out, it's like it looks and feels premium. So, but yeah, I mean they absolutely can pick it up. So we'll see. I don't know.
Did you finish it or no?
No, I have 3 episodes left in season 2. And again, just to add to the chorus of everybody else, it's a real shame that Adrian Brody, I feel like, was really just like getting to like open up the sales and stuff, and just everybody on that show, and then obviously like John C. Reilly and Adam McKay and everything that went into this show, really sucks that. And like you said, I haven't been keeping up with it either, but also that's like the fucked up kind of streaming stuff we're talking about is that it's like. The whole idea of these shows is that you can watch them right away, you can binge them, you can do this, you can do that. That the viewership on Max is not going to hurt an HBO show if they're watching it on Max over that. And it's like, it feels like it is. You know what I mean? It feels like, well, I was going to catch back up. You didn't have to cancel it. You know what I mean? I wonder how many people are out there like that are just like, well, I was just waiting for the season to end and then watch it because, a ton of people do that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully there's a future for Winning Time.
Did you catch episode 1 of The Continental?
I did not.
I didn't either. So I just wanted to double check.
I did not, but I heard people. I heard people did not like it that much, and then of course just take your pick on whatever people talking about Mel Gibson with it and everything like that. But no, I did not get a chance to check it out.
All right, so I've only watched 3 movies since. 2 animated movies. First one I watched was Grave of the Fireflies. So that is from 1988, and it's about this boy and his sister, and they're living through final months of World War II. So not a happy movie. Very sad. Really enjoyed it. A little, just a tad slow, I guess. But seeing the war from, and again, this kind of goes back to the whole Oppenheimer thing of like, well, why didn't they show, the people on the ground being affected in Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and you kind of get and there's a lot of movies, obviously, like people have said that show that point of view, and seeing this one, really, it was very upsetting movie, but very good, very emotional. Then I also watched, I think it's Paprika. Have you ever seen that? It's another animated movie.
No.
It's it's something. It's good, but it's they have like this, it has to do with dreams, and they have this machine, and they go into people's dreams to kind of figure out what ails them, basically. But then somebody steals the machine, and then they're implanting people's dreams into other people's minds. Yes. Okay. And then they're going crazy, and then it's a whole thing. It's a crazy movie.
The tagline is, "This is your brain on anime."
Yeah, it's a crazy movie. One I had been interested in a while, and I feel like it might have been streaming on like HBO or something, but I was like, I saw the library, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take that out. So that was really good movie. I think I liked Fireflies better, but still good. And then Danielle and I watched the Kelsey documentary last night after the whole Travis Kelce Taylor Swift thing, and that was good too. It was kind of cool to see. It's more on Jason Kelsey because he was doing it as like he thought he was going to retire last season.
Okay.
So he was kind of doing it as like a follow, and then they meet each other in the Super Bowl, obviously, and that was a really big moment.
Wait, is that how they met or whatever?
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
No. She's dating. I don't know if they're dating. She's dating Travis Kelce. This follows his brother Jason, who's the older one who plays for the Eagles. He's a center.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was thinking about retiring, and and really well produced, well shot. I think Prime Video did it. But really well made documentary. And nice. That is it for me.
I have been watching kind of a random selection of stuff, but I would say two things in particular. I guess really kind of three things in particular. The main one, though, I don't know what's been going on, but ever since September 8th, which for those who don't know is not First Contact Day, that is in, I believe, June or May. September 8th is Star Trek Day.
Okay.
Which is the anniversary of the original, the start of the original series. I have just been watching Star Trek like a maniac. I've been listening to the Enterprise Incidents podcast with Steve Morris and Scott Mance, which has been fantastic. So I've been checking in. I haven't been watching full episodes, but I've been throwing on Paramount Plus and checking in with scenes and different episodes of Star Trek, the original series. And then I watched with my roommate for the first time. She had never seen the 2009 trilogy, so I watched Star Trek 2009, then a couple days later Into Darkness, then a couple days later Star Trek Beyond. And I will say Into Darkness is far better than people remember or give it credit for, although it is very kind of repetitive, I feel, and generic. Right. But when that big black Federation ship comes in the third act and just starts shooting, and that stuff was still looked fantastic on our TV and was just still awesome Star Trek. But then I've also been watching a lot of Strange New Worlds. I've been getting caught up on that. I've started watching a little bit of Star Trek Lower Decks, all while still listening to this podcast all the time. And then I watched half of Wrath of Khan the other day. And then 2 days ago, I sat down and watched Galaxy Quest, which obviously I've seen before. But just being in that Star Trek mode was even better than, you think or remember that it is.
Right.
So yeah, I've been just watching a ton of Star Trek stuff. And then I've also just been watching some random superhero stuff. I watched Spider-Man from 2002. Then I went and saw Batman Begins on Batman Day. Yeah. That was very cool. And then yesterday I watched The Dark Knight.
Yeah. You know what sucks? I didn't get out to see the Dark Knight re-release, and I looked at that list that we did.
Yeah.
That a while ago, the movies we wanted to be re-released, and I think it was number 2 on my list. So that really sucks. Who knows when it'll come back?
Yeah. Although I will say it's annoying, even as someone in my profession. I was very annoyed that they didn't do an IMAX release for it. Because it's you can't boot out something for one day to there? Bring in. It was Haunting in Venice.
Oh, let me say that in IMAX. Who cares?
Exactly. And then the last thing, I watched Godzilla vs. Kong the other day just because I wanted to watch something.
Are you gonna check out the Apple or it's not Apple TV.
Monarch?
No, well that.
Yeah.
But the other thing, really good trailer. And I thought it was going to Apple, but I think it's Monarch's going to trailer. -1.
Oh, Godzilla -1? Absolutely.
Yeah, that trailer looked.
I'm super hyped for that. No, that's going to theaters here.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's December 1st, I think, is its release. So we'll get two. I believe it's wide release here in the States.
Yeah.
We'll get 2 wide release Godzilla movies 6 months apart, because then, we're gonna get a lot of Godzilla because Godzilla Minus One comes out December 1st. I think Monarch starts, I think, on Christmas. And then right now, Godzilla and Kong, I think, is set for May 5th or May 4th or something. So, I mean, we're going to have a lot of Godzilla going on. But sign me up, man. I can take boring to borderline annoying human storylines in exchange for Godzilla action.
Right.
And then the last thing I've been watching, because there was a huge trailer this week, and the anniversary is coming up at the end of November, is Doctor Who. 60th anniversary special. We got the huge full trailer this week. I think it's at like 1 million views. First time that's happened for a Doctor Who trailer in like, I think 8 years. So really big time for that, fandom and everything like that. So I've just been watching a bunch of episodes, but I sat down and specifically took time. I watched The Day of the Doctor, which is the 50th anniversary special. That's the one with John Hurt and David Tennant and Matt Smith. But other than that, I've just been watching, various regeneration scenes and some episodes here and there and everything like that. Because I just recently, last year, watched through a ton of it and watched specifically, finally was just like, all right, she's going to die. So I just watched in like the span of a month. I went back, I watched everything Jodie Whittaker. And you can find me talking about that back on the channel as well. And I wound up really liking her era. I mean, I think the writing is just like atrocious compared to some of the other stuff, but she is so good as the Doctor, and it's just one of those things that's just like, it's like a Hayden Christensen or Andrew Garfield.
And now
you know what I mean?
We're on Disney Plus now, right? With this,
we're on Disney Plus now. Okay. Yeah, and you got Neil Patrick Harris coming in as the main villain. David Tennant looks like, who, by the way, David Tennant is having a monster year right now. But David Tennant just looks fantastic. There's people saying that have already seen the first special that it's his best performance he's ever done as the Doctor. And I believe also on top of that, I think the first special is 85 minutes, then the second one is 90 minutes, and then I think the Christmas special is going to be like, I think almost 2 hours, they said. So it's going to be a lot. Well, you figure they've been filming these for almost 2 years.
Right. So we're doing, is David Tennant in all of these? These three?
Yes.
So we're doing those three, and then we're going to New Guy?
Well, Shudigatwa is also in them.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the thing, is that no one really knows what's going on because he's only been in 2 shots of the trailers.
Right.
But he is there. But they're keeping it very secret of like why we still don't even know why he looks like David Tennant again. And then we definitely don't know why people have thought maybe he's going to be like oscillating between the two of them, like kind of like not locked in yet or something. But I think it could be anything. I would like to see, and I've seen this theory out there that when the second Doctor regenerated, back in
THRAWN.
Yeah, back in 1972 or 71.
Yeah.
I found out this week too that he died. He passed away at a Doctor Who convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in like 1989 or something like that. He died like in his hotel room.
Sad.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that sucks. But when he died, he was like put in front of this tribunal and was basically forced to pick.
I've seen the clip.
He was forced to pick.
Oh, that guy's too fat. He's too old.
Yeah, he's far too skinny. So I have seen someone say that whoever it might be, whether it's the Time Lords or whether it's Neil Patrick Harris or something, that someone is coming in and is going to force him to pick his next face. And that's why we're seeing Shudigatwa, that like he's going to be like one of the choices or something.
Yeah.
I would love that because they haven't done that. They haven't done a forced, well, actually for the 50th anniversary, they did that Night of the Doctor mini episode with Paul McGann with that like 20-minute one. That he didn't get to see the face, but they had like the cups where it was like, do you want to be a scientist or whatever? And he's like, this time I need to be a warrior. And he like drank. But that was a little different. But I would love to go back to, the second Doctor times and force him to like pick the next face that he wants to be. I think that would be really interesting.
Because they did that, and then afterwards they were like, yeah, we'll just cast somebody new, and that'll be the reason. Like it was never like
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they've definitely done like why this face? They've done that several times, like because Peter Capaldi was in a David Tennant episode as a different character.
Yeah.
So it was like, why did I pick this face? And then they wrote it into the story where it was like, that was the one time that Donna like screamed at him and was like, I don't care if everyone has to die because to preserve history, just save one family, just one person. And the person he chose to save was Peter Capaldi and his family. And so it was like, it was written, I thought it was written very well, of like his whole first season was, why did I pick this face? And then it was like, to remind myself to have compassion. And I was like, God damn, that is like, yeah, I was like, that is real. So they've done that before, where it's like, you know, I've seen this face before. Same with the 7th Doctor, because the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, was in a 5th Doctor episode. So it was like, I saw this guy and that's the face that I picked. So it's happened before like that, but it's never been like him preemptively picking the face that he wants to be. So I think it would be very interesting to do that. And then that would also kind of explain why he went back to David Tennant, because maybe it was like his regeneration was like hijacked, you know, just back to one of his old faces or something. But yeah, I mean, the trailer, if we're talking about it, I can talk about it. The trailer looked fantastic. I mean, it definitely seems like it has a higher budget. Definitely more so, you know, than the last few seasons, which I think still did, like, you know, epic stuff, but it just looked a little, like, volume-y and stuff. This just feels a little more like, you know, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi era, you know, feeling like shot in real London, but with sci-fi stuff added to it.
Right.
Unit, are you familiar with Unit? Unified Intelligence Task Force. That's in the 50th. Kate Lethbridge Stewart, the blonde woman, that's who she works for, and that's who she runs. They basically have like an Avengers Tower now in the trailer, which is like cool. So the Doctor like lands on the like helipad of like the Avengers Tower, and he's just like, I don't know what the hell's going on with their budget, but so that looks really cool. And then I also just like that it's celebrating the 60th anniversary, but it's these separate 3 specials. And then I don't even know, it might be 4, because David Tennant is going to be in 3 specials, and then they keep saying, and then Ncuti Gatwa's first full episode as the Doctor is going to be a holiday special. So I'm wondering if they mean we're getting these 3, like, most likely, I think it's going to be, the end of October is going to be the first one for the Halloween special, then the end of November for the anniversary, and then the end of December for Christmas. And then I think what they're saying is that Ncuti Gatwa will then be in another special that isn't even being, like, shown right now on the first of the year. So we might get 4 big Doctor Who specials in the next few months. But yeah, I think it looks great. I'm super happy. Like you said, it's going to Disney Plus, so just more eyes will be on it. And
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
The increased budget. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely another, you know, and we've seen this now a couple times with Doctor Who, where it's like another big like push to like push the show forward. And I feel like this is the biggest one they've had so far. I mean, look at how many people jumped onto it when it came back in 2005. I think a lot of people are going to jump on, because you're going to see Doctor Who's going to be all over Disney Plus. So it's like, it's going to be unavoidable and it's a show you can watch with families and young kids and stuff. So I'm excited for it, but, you know, I think time will tell. Yeah. There's always a chance that it still could be whatever, but
hopefully not.
Yeah, but okay, we got 10 minutes here before we start digging into this new episode. Last week we weren't able to watch live, but we both definitely checked out the episode. Ezra, spoiler alert for last episode of Ahsoka. If you are not caught up on Ahsoka, you probably just tune out of the stream now, because it's going to be pretty Ahsoka focused going forward here. Ezra's back. Not much Ahsoka, but a nice... Right. I actually, when I finished the episode, I went, oh my god, she wasn't in it at all. Yeah, I remembered the cold open.
Yeah, I mean, I liked that they did that. I mean, that's basically what they did with Sabine in the previous episode. They didn't. She wasn't in it at all. Like, I literally don't think she was in it. 1 second.
No, I don't think. She was,
and this one was more kind of, you know, like you said, cold open. had that little conversation real quick for 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Boom.
How did you feel about a long time ago? Speaking of David Tennant on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
who again I think David Tennant as Hu Yang is just literally one of the top 5 characters on the show. But what did you think about a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I wanted to hear the story. Don't think we're gonna hear it. But
it's called Star Wars.
I think I was more like like one of those moments. But no, I didn't really mind it. Again, was it a little heavy-handed? Was it a little wink?
Yeah.
Yes, but no, I didn't really have a problem with it. What'd you think of how they introduced Thrawn?
I mean,
I thought,
I thought that was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
With the piano and the organ music, like this big orchestral, like crazy music that feels very reminiscent of Kevin Kiner's stuff. But it's almost like with Thrawn, like it almost felt like diegetic, like that he was just pumping that out of the speakers on the Chimera. Like that, you know what I mean? Like it just felt like that. And then of course, the internet took the internet by storm of, people everywhere saying either they were terrified or that he's the new Zaddy, but Enoch's golden helmet.
Is it Enoch or
I think it's Enoch.
I thought EGOT for some reason.
No, that's
Enoch.
the Emmy,
yeah,
Grammy.
Yeah. Enoch, you
said?
Okay.
Yeah, so like everybody seems to love
that
him
when he came out, I was
when
like,
he turned around, I think everybody went because I it's the black eyes is just whatever they did. And usually before we go live every week since we've been doing this, we'll pull up and watch a couple scenes of the last episode. And not only that, but like I guess we should backtrack in a second to the Night Sisters. But this whole idea of the Night Troopers, I remember going to the Kenmore Library as a kid and seeing the cover of Death Troopers with the zombie stormtrooper helmet hanging on the hook and like being like, oh my God, what is that? I am firmly in the camp of, these guys are wrapped in red Night Sister cloth. They got gold. It's I forget that Japanese art style. They did the same thing with Kylo Ren's helmet with the red in between it, where you repair something with gold or with metal. They all look like that, and then Enoch obviously seems to be a step up. But I also have just been watching all these videos. I'm just constantly impressed with, is he the best at dialogue? Maybe not, but like Filoni's writing, like there's so much tied into these 3 Night Sisters and their names that ties back to like Greek mythology. Enoch was the name of this man who supposedly in the Bible lived for thousands of years and then walked into heaven with God.
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, well, if all the stormtroopers are undead stormtroopers, maybe Enoch's the only one that's actually alive. Because in the Bible, Enoch walked into heaven without having to die first.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that... Like, it's like... I was talking to my friend Alex about this, and he used a great word where it's like, if you compartmentalize Andor onto its own shelf, none of these other Star Wars shows are making you think about things like that, where people are like, oh, maybe the Gold Stormtrooper is actually alive because in the Bible there's the, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and I know that's maybe just like
it's again one of those things where it's like you're reading into it, but then you're like, well, am I reading too much into it?
Yeah, but then Dave Filoni will be like, that's exactly what I thought. It'll be like, well, I really loved Hercules as a kid, and it's like, so that's.
I loved how when he was they were sending Sabine off to just like, go look for Ezra, whatever. How like kind of blunt he is, where he's like, here's this, they're gonna try and kill you out there. Good luck, and we'll see you.
Die
wherever.
well.
Yeah, die well. I was like, well, damn. And what was just real quick? What was the? A lot of people commenting on Thrawn and his build.
Yeah.
Walking out. I know a lot of people were like, you gotta get in the gym or something. For me, the most thing that threw me off was the pants. The pants look like parachute pants to me.
Yeah, I think...
Not that it's bad. I was just like, whoa, didn't see that one coming.
I know. He's gonna go...
Yeah.
He's gonna start breaking it down. The only way to settle
just because I'm thinking animation,
Tano.
he's so like buttoned up and just like straight.
I do think it's weird because he does his pants normally. I can't believe we're talking about Grand Admiral Thrawn's pants, but Thrawn's pants. You're right. He goes straight down in Rebels, whereas very oppositely, Tarkin is always shown with those like bell bottoms or whatever, like the Nazi pants. Let's just call it what it is. Like Tarkin always has those. So I think it is interesting. Maybe it's just one of those live action or animation to live action translations of like, well, is it just the animation style was showing them just straight down, but he really has these ones, or what is it? I have said this. I have no problem with his gut. I don't think. I don't think only because
I was like, yeah, he's been stranded out there for however many years. Like, okay,
and also I love the comment of send 2 troops or send 2 brigades or whatever, and Morgan Elsbeth going just 2, and he just goes, "We've been here for quite a while." Like, I'd like to think he's like, my workout equipment stopped working 9 years ago, lady. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I've been working on this gut the whole time. But also, realistically, though, I have no problem with his physique, because I think in Rebels, they did make a point to show him training and being physically active and stuff, but that's also because he had to, at one point, hold off Zeb. And he had to, at one point, fight robots and stuff. And I don't think he's going to be doing any of that in this show. So I think one of the only reasons they showed his, like, working out and stuff is because he did that. And I think you could just say, this guy's been out of the game for 11 years, kind of losing it with a bunch of zombies, maybe. Let's cut him some slack. I will say, I do think, similar to how Ahsoka, she didn't look, she looked like Ahsoka when we very first saw her in the episode of Mando, but she didn't look perfect like she does now. They had to change the head tails like 3 times. They had to change the head tails. They had to change the orange paint just a little bit, just a different shade. I think it's issues like that I have with Thrawn, where I'm like, the wig looks a little wonky at certain angles. Mm-hmm. I think he is a little too pale. And I think, but I also have full confidence that if this guy is the villain of your movie, they're gonna have it hashed out by the time they're rolling camera on a Disney production. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'll have these minimal, tiny problems that I have 5 years from now. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing, is it's not like this is the first episode he's ever been in live action. It's one step above the camera test footage. So it's like, I give him the slack to be like, does he look exactly how I would want him to look? No. Mm-hmm. But I think Lars Mikkelsen is... And then the voice. When the voice comes out of him, it's like, forget it. And I saw some people dragging Dave Filoni for, like, his comment where he was like, well, the reason that we went with Lars is because no one can duplicate that voice.
Right.
And people were
coming about the
Ahsoka. And they were like, oh, but you threw Ashley Eckstein to the side. I have seen Ashley... That's interesting. I have seen Ashley Eckstein, in person. I've seen hours and hours of footage of the two of them together in interviews about each other. They are almost best friends in real life. Mm. Like, just the fact that people would even go there with that. It's like, totally don't understand the situation. And as we've seen with the flashbacks of Ahsoka, Ashley was always playing a younger version. Mm-hmm. Rosario's playing a much different, much matured, totally different place in life. Whereas Lars Mikkelsen is the voice because he is the guy. Right. You know what I mean? And a lot of people in Rebels, same with Tia Sakar, did not come back as Sabine because Tia Sakar is like 40. You know what I mean? And it just wouldn't line up right. Like, there's certain reasons that you can't do some people, and then there are very obvious reasons that people are no-brainers. And I feel like, Thrawn is one of those that's just a no-brainer.
And with that thought, the new episode's out, so we will be reacting to it momentarily. If you're listening...
I love this.
Yeah, if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, you will be hearing our conversation about the episode afterwards. So we will see you when we have that conversation.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to load up the episode here.
I saw somebody... So for those who don't know what I'm saying, I won't even say what the picture is, just for people who can be surprised. But it said... I'll just say the first word was Hera... ...
Yeah.
I saw somebody that was like, maybe we're just done with Hera and them, and we're going to be solely focused on this. I'm so glad we aren't.
That's what I
Mary
thought,
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is so good in this role.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
All right, so I'm gonna hit the timer.
And we're not skipping intro. We're not skipping
intro,
recap.
any of the recap.
We're
Yeah,
on the
we'll leave
Disney arc is almost about to go cross.
that. Yeah, so
We're gonna hit play
start now and play.
Boom. Only one more week. Oh, I love that little gold ship that they had.
Yeah. Hopefully you can't hear the episode through this.
Yeah, again, let us know if you can hear it.
Look at that. Whew.
Man.
Oh, I meant to ask you, what's in the coffins?
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
See how his hair just kind of goes straight back? I just think it's so simple. It's just like they'll just get a better wig next time.
Right, yeah.
And I think it's just as simple as that. I think they went a little too like up and back.
Yeah.
Whereas he should be more like a side part kind of guy. Oh, something else we didn't talk about almost at all.
Yeah.
I meant the other guy.
Oh.
We barely talked about him.
Yeah. Boom.
I'm counting on you. Man, the Night Sisters look so good.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the eyes? I thought the eyes looked good, too.
I think the eyes look fantastic. Yeah. That's one thing that I have absolutely no complaints about at all. You know what? I don't even think it is that he's too pale. I think it's just a lighting thing.
Mm. Got him.
I love that we've gotten a couple scenes with Mon Mothma.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw that she was going to be in it, and you were like, oh, is it just that one conference room scene?
Yeah.
And it's like, doesn't seem to be.
I love this intro.
I know we've talked about it before, but I'm like, I honestly want every movie to go for... Don't replace the crawl or anything, but I want them to start with that. Like, oh, shit. Now, is this Coruscant or is this Hosnian Prime? Gale. This looks great.
Yeah.
You see Chopper?
Yeah.
That's got to be Akbar, right?
Do you think the Republic would learn from their mistakes?
I know.
Before. This guy is totally pro-Empire.
Exactly. Oh, you never answered that one time. Do you want to know what happens to that guy?
Oh, what?
He's the first person to get hit by the super laser on Hosnian Prime. Oh, Gideon.
Oh, shit. Okay.
What are you like? Get out of here, man! Like, who are you?
Okay, here we go.
Akbar, are you gonna say anything?
Jeez. Oh. Hey.
No way.
Yeah, why are you here?
Is this gonna be sad?
I don't know.
This is incredible. I like that she said that she was happy to see him. 3PO gets so much shit from everybody.
Mm-hmm. It's on this disc. What? Shut up, okay?
Yeah. So far, this is great.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's all right. It's all right. Chopper. It's all right. Chopper was ready to defend 3PO with his life. Yeah. This is great. Perfect cameo. He said mere droid. Can you believe this? Sorry about your husband. Imminent.
Oh, it's not a threat anymore.
Yeah. Imminent. Man. He is going to murder everyone. Like somebody said, those 3 ships are just going to be still there on Cetos.
Yeah.
And he's just going to come back and just slaughter them like Vader Rogue One style. Dreams and Madness.
Wow.
Oh, these episode titles are so great. That's got to be a Balin line,
Yeah.
right? We're back with the homies. This looks great.
This looks like Guardians.
This like super hyperspace with the color and stuff. I love it.
Whoa. How does this work?
Oh, that was her. Oh,
Is that the first Asajj Ventress
This is-
live action reference?
this is him in Tales of the Jedi.
Oh.
This is the exact same dialogue.
That's cool. Okay.
Remember the episode where he's just training her the whole episode?
Mm-hmm.
He's like her hype man.
Is that the first Ventress live action reference? I feel like I've
think
never
so.
heard her name before. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh. Wow. Huyang goes.
Was.
I don't know. Forgot just how big their ship is. Like their ship is huge. Oh, he's got.
Oh, those are dope.
Can we
Those
get the
are really
box
good.
of Anakin recordings
Yeah.
from the chest of
I
Skywalker?
feel like I haven't seen one of those blaster training things in a while that just showed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't think Sabine was using it, was she?
No, I don't think so. I love her light colors. That's like
Yeah.
like so good. Ugh. I gotta tell you, man, I don't see this thing not sticking the landing
Yeah.
so far. I mean, it's very
This
hard.
big ship, they're gonna open its mouth, and this big ship is gonna be
Literally.
leaving.
It's very. I feel like.
Okay, those look a little CGI, yes, but it's a big whale, so in all fairness.
Yeah. I think there's enough atmosphere and stuff kicking around though. That's pretty good. What was I gonna say though?
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, what the fuck? Let's get out there. Yeah, what are you talking about? Let's get out there. Oh shit!
Oh my god. No, the poor whales.
What was the thing that you were saying you hadn't seen in a while? Those little balls.
Yeah.
It kind of looks
Oh
like
my
them.
god, it does look like them. They're like mines.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm getting flashbacks here because this is literally, they have a scene where there's like homing mines in space in Galaxy Quest and in Star Trek Beyond. And I just watched both of those.
Whoa.
Oh, they're dipping out. Well, they're in the right place.
Yeah.
Not a very safe place. I gotta say, there's like the writing here is just smart decision making. Of, okay, they get there with the whales, but now they gotta survive without the whales.
Mm-hmm.
Why do the whales leave? Because there's a minefield. Like I think that's.
Whoa.
I don't know. I just am happy that there's
A reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the big decision making has been lacking in some of the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. Doubter.
Oh shit.
I love those little like zippy fighters that they have in there. It's like a wasp or something. Man, she really does feel so like happier.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, where's that optimism? Like she wasn't saying stuff like that at all in the first parts. You gotta feel it with the force. Whoa. That's a creepy little mask. Oh! Wow, that got me, man.
That was
Imagine
funny.
seeing that in a theater.
Shit. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at
So
that.
what are in these? What are
coffins
these?
or whatever they are?
Is it Night Sisters
I
or
don't
is it Stormtroopers or?
Ooh.
I feel like he somehow already looks better. Anakin. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, this will be fun. This guy's sadistic, man. Why does this show look so good?
True.
I love that they just like throw you right in with just like, of course Thrawn knows who. Like you don't even have to know the books. Just like, of course they know each other.
You did get kind of the idea, I feel like, in the last episode where he asked for like everything that they had, which was kind of like, wait, so does like he know her? But then it, you know,
I think it's just one of those like he's probably heard the name,
right?
Because they've never met on screen or
Right.
anything like. So I think it's one of those things that he's knew the name, and then two, also their credit. I think it is a fine line, but also to their credit, in all the stories that he has with Vader and Anakin, Ahsoka never comes up. In the Clone Wars one, it's just Anakin, Padme, and Thrawn. Classic. Absolute classic Star Wars move.
While hiding on the side of a big rock.
Parking up real quick and turning the power off. I like that Hu Yang talks like a Lord of the Rings character. Then the enemy has already won. She's literally with Ezra right underneath you guys. Yeah, so what did you think about Ezra's overall look?
I thought it was great.
And these little Natu guys.
I mean, I'm a big Ewok guy, so I like them. Yeah. You know, if you don't like Ewoks, then you probably didn't like them, I feel like.
This looks so, like, random but cool. I'm going to say something right now. I never really thought about the two of them in the together sense. And I know that he said that thing about, like, a sister earlier in the season.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, shit. Oh, I can't.
Oh? Well...
That was funny. Said she what? Why? She's dead.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at this guy. I was gonna say, when they did see each other, I felt a little something. I felt a little spark. These guys are so badass. Like the villains in the show are just insane. And the Night Sister, like, what is going on? This is like some Dune shit.
I did get that vibe in this.
Yeah.
In this, the last episode and this one.
Like that right there, he looks perfect.
Yeah, like this kind of stuff felt very Dune-ish to me.
Is Thrawn gonna use the voice?
I don't know.
Pass the salt, mother. Jeez. Whoa. I thought we were gonna like change focal lengths for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Like that. This is awesome. Master. Why did you leave?
He's looking at her crazy.
It's like, what the hell's going on? Oh. What are you looking at me like that?
Oh.
Oh!
That's a tad terrifying.
That was fucking creepy. Y'all better move.
No, they found Ahsoka, not them.
I meant Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, better move.
Oh.
Oh, too late. They found us.
Oh my god.
Oh damn! They didn't even have to turn or anything.
Yeah,
They
nope.
literally just. I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, do they send fighters? They
Yeah,
just
that's what I thought.
just like orbital bombardment. Man, this show looks crazy. That looks like a shot literally out of like episode 3. I love the graveyard and the bones and shit. I can already hear it. They're having him do that thing from Rebels where he just lets him go.
Oh.
I love these little guys.
Oh.
Oh, God. Not who you want to meet. He really feels like Ezra.
Oh.
They said, yeah, just move a little slower. What is up with this guy? Where is he going?
The thing with her is, there's people saying like, oh, she'll probably like turn back and so, which I kind of hope does not happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm always tired of characters turning back. Like, just leave. They're fine. Just leave them. So I hope that's not what happens.
I was really on board with that maybe he was going to turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've come all the way back around to I like that they've set up that she, like, is confused about who she even is.
Right.
So I feel like they've really set her up to go either way. That if she does turn back or teams up with them to fight the nomads or whatever, that it'll be more of like a... she doesn't know who to trust anymore because she feels so betrayed by everything that's going on.
With him, I don't feel like he needs to turn because I feel like he's not bad.
Yeah.
He's just kind of in the middle, but I'd say he's more
Oh shit. Some Force Awakens stuff. Oh, look, it's the little military helicopters that they never get rid of in any era.
They never get rid of it.
Like literally, like Clone Wars all the way up to the First Order have that exact same helicopter.
Well, in all fairness, it's a really old ship.
That is true.
Using what they got. Ezra pulls out his lightsaber. It's really skinny.
Yeah. Oh, actually, he hasn't had it. Because she has it, remember?
Oh.
But, I mean, it's there. He could pull it out.
Oh, they got little slingshots.
Oh,
that did not work. Okay. I knew it. Of course. There we go.
When's he gonna go? This would go a lot easier if I had my lightsaber.
I hope that's not how it happens.
Like, this looks good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
He just, like, disintegrated. I didn't even see a body. Knock him off.
He said, buddy, it's going to take a lot more than that to wreck this ship.
Oh.
Jeez. Just throwing everything he had at him. Gotta get this Amadeus guy out of here. What's this guy giving him such a hard time for? He's the only one going after him in like, particular. Like, what?
Never leave everybody behind.
No child left behind. Whoopa whoopa.
Skirt.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's cool. Little protective thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man, they just give up? Ezra gonna...
There we go.
This is interesting. I like that they just gave up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like... I would have been happy if it just kept going, but it's like... I think that's interesting.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God, they're right on top of them.
I thought that was a great the way he delivered like the you know, I like the idea of the order, but
oh yeah,
you know,
that was fantastic. When's she gonna be like, but don't worry, we have one too.
Mm-hmm.
Give him his lightsaber back.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where her little thing was. Her dude was.
Oh, they both have their little homies. His little guy's got to come back with them, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, no way. It's like the little bogling in Fallen Order. It's like it's just part of the ship.
Oh
now.
my God, is she gonna jump out the thing?
I hope so. I love David Tennant. He's like, oh, come on. What are you talking about? I love the two of them. He got the timing wrong, and I felt terrible. He's going pretty fast.
Yeah, jeez. Oh my God.
Oh,
oh, that looks not good. Oh, that was tough. That was a tough one. Get them all good.
Oh, wait a minute. Three Jedi Warriors, 3. Never mind.
Oh. Oh boy.
He said, I'm just going to cut her head off. I was just about to say 3 people, 3 lightsabers, because she's got 2, but
oh yeah,
I don't think she's going to be joining them yet. Round 2. Fight.
Listen to this music.
I like it's like the little
Filoni's in
samurai.
his samurai
Man,
bag.
I love Ahsoka and Dooku's like the curved lightsaber hilt. That looks so cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you not remember that this guy's like a crazy like Force Jedi? Like
Yeah.
like this guy is like.
Can you imagine if he becomes like a lightsaberless like
He said,
fighter?
Did you see that? He said, "The Force is my ally. That's all I need." Yeah. The guy sneaks up behind him with a knife. I love like Ezra Bridger is like if Luke is like a like dignified, refined Jedi. Ezra Bridger is like messy. Like he's just like he's gonna flail whatever body part gets the job done.
Oh. Just threw a pot at him. That was funny.
It's like, get out of here, man.
Whoa.
Oh, damn!
He had some whiplash.
Yeah, he snapped him in half.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, his hair! He said, I got a haircut once before. The fans didn't like it.
Oh.
That was crazy that she just cut his hair.
Oh.
Oh my
that
God.
was nice. Good move.
She slashed his throat. Oh, that was awesome.
That was pretty cool. Those are contacts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because Ezra's eyes are like
damn.
piercing blue in the show.
Yeah. Oh no.
He's definitely using the cross guard stance. I love that. Oh. Whoa! God damn, Hu Yang to the rescue.
No line.
No line, just cool. Wow, the lightsabers look so good in this episode. Look at that guy. His hair just always looks perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm really worried. Oh no. There's only like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
That's like, this show is like upsetting because I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
Just let him get back in there.
Yeah, imagine they brought Ezra back just to kill his ass.
Are we gonna get a whoa? There's been a misunderstanding. My name is Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
This is all a big mix-up.
Can these guys shoot?
What is that little thing?
I don't know. Tracker or something?
Oh yeah, it is. It's like a battlefield tracker.
Mm.
He's playing holo tactics at
He literally is. Look at this.
Oh whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so interested to know what it is that he's like.
Whoa. Ooh, a little flamethrower action.
These two are just the ultimate power couple.
Yeah. Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, but if they're like what I think they are, like our Inquisitor friend, I think they might be one shot troopers.
That one's helmet was kind of cool. Oh.
Damn! That was awesome. She said, "Get the fuck out of here." She said, "I don't have time for
that. That didn't quite work for me. It was almost like a beat too long.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, we're all back together."
Oh. Oh, I guess they're going down no matter what.
Yeah.
Doom, doom. Oh, ouch.
Man, I really liked that theory that they were all like Merrick, that they were all like ghost, like green smoke monsters.
Ugh.
Damn. Stay in. Why do they keep checking? Like, they keep checking. Get out of here.
Recall the gunship. Call up the errors. These are unfortunate, but acceptable losses given the absence of Lord Vader.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
In the grand scheme of things, one might even call this first match with Tyler a success.
Oh, here we go. Classic Thrawn. Classic.
With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete, which means we shall soon leave this forsaken place.
What's cargo?
Tyler has lost the one thing she could not afford to lose today.
Time.
Boom.
Oh.
Got him. We're off to Exegol.
We're off to meet with General Hux,
Oh, God.
but not the one you're thinking.
Oh. So these troopers are cool, but I stand by the coolest trooper I've ever seen is beginning of Rogue One.
What was the
Those
beginning of
Death
Rogue One?
Troopers.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
See, Death Troopers look awesome, but they never were again as cool as they were in Rogue One.
Fair enough, yeah.
What is this? That's just a ping for them to return?
I guess so.
Get it. Throw a tracking device. Oh, I guess she's turning.
No.
They left her ass behind. To be fair, they left her behind. Killer. Okay.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The fuck is Balin? Dude just
That's
looked
what I mean.
around and...
You see who's next to you?
Yeah.
That hug felt bigger than the one last week.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
He's an old man.
Oh.
See, I like this though, because they're making it a point to be like, she still hasn't told him.
Mm-hmm.
These two homies gotta come. You know, they gotta come with us. He said, "You didn't tell me all these giant people were gonna show up."
That's how it's gonna
I love these little guys. Someone's coming with us though. Oh shit! Wait, how are they gonna get back?
I don't know.
Are they gonna have to like?
Oh no, it's the end. Ugh. Post credit. Oh.
Damn. There is no post credit, right?
Let me check. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Let me.
That's literally only happened one time.
Is this thing gonna work? This mouse? No.
No. Man.
All right, hold on. Let me hit timer. Let me hit record real quick. Does it record? Yeah. All right.
All right, everybody. I mean, we just got done with episode 7 of Ahsoka. Do we have a title yet?
Yeah, we said what was
Oh,
it?
right. What was it? Dreams and Madness.
Yes. Believe
Dreams
so.
and
What the fuck
Madness.
just happened?
Episode 7 of Ahsoka down. One more episode to go. Before this episode started, which you can go watch our full watch along with it right now. But before this episode started, we said, let's hope that they can stick the landing on these last 2 episodes. TJ, we got another episode down. Only one more to go. Do we still feel like they are bringing us in for a soft landing of nailing the ending of the show, or where are we feeling after this episode?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was another strong episode. Maybe not as good as the first one or the previous one, but still a solid episode. You know, for me, there was just some moments that didn't quite work, like you heard me say, like that one where she comes in on the horse and they freeze it for like a second, where it's like, yeah, but just start going. Don't don't stop there. Just some like clunky things like that didn't quite work for me. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Again, I'm very interested to see again what Balin is doing. Where'd he go? He fought Ahsoka, then Ahsoka left, and he was in deep thought for about a minute.
Yeah.
And then we don't see him again for the rest of the episode. So really interested to see that. I felt like the chemistry between Sabine and Ezra was a little bit better this episode after what we were left with in the previous episode.
Yeah.
And then just more THRAWN. Nice to see him kind of tactically, like you said, moving around the chess pieces, looking at this kind of digital board and seeing how everything, moves with each other. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this episode.
Yeah. Let us know. What did you guys think that are watching right now? Let us know if you just joined us after finishing the episode. Let us know what you thought of this latest episode of Ahsoka or Ahsoka in general. Throw it in the chat. We will read it out on screen. Make sure to hit subscribe too while you're hanging out here with us. I think I liked the episode maybe a little bit more than you. Not that I don't think you liked the episode.
Right.
I just think some of that stuff didn't hamper me at all, as much. But that being said, I definitely still felt that. I think not even a problem, just a thing I've noticed, a thing that people have noticed in this show is that sometimes beats do linger a little long.
Yeah.
But again,
I think more definitely with Hu Yang when he drove by in the ship.
Yeah, and he didn't have a line or anything. It was just like, I wish he had a little like.
Yeah.
I really liked it overall. I liked we saw both Anakin Skywalker and his creation C-3PO. What did you think of C-3PO and Mon Mothma and that whole opening scene? Because I think you can go really sideways with a 3PO cameo in Star Wars, and I think they handled it very well. I think it was just enough. It served a reason and a purpose, and then that was it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I liked the whole kind of, coming in, say, again, that guy, I forget what that senator's name is, or whatever. He's being an ass.
Yeah.
And again, this comes back to like the whole, when I think it was 2 episodes ago when they were trying to get Hera back. Yeah. And you're kind of like yelling at the screen. You're like, you're literally making the same mistake that you did all those years ago. Like, why are you being so dumb? Like, but yeah, like you said, I feel like C-3PO coming back, that served a purpose for him coming back. And it was 5 minutes maybe, and then he's gone. Yeah, probably won't see him the rest of the. I would be shocked if he showed up in the next episode. But yeah, it worked for me.
I would be shocked if he ever showed up again in any of these shows ever. Like I think it was literally just like, man, wouldn't it be great, like behind the scenes writing wise? Wouldn't it be great if we could have Leia come in? Well, we can't do Leia. Let's have 3PO come in as on her behalf. It's perfect. Let's do it
with a little message disc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like, who's the one person that knows Mothma well enough, knows Hera well enough, has enough clout basically, because Leia's a general just like Hera, but Leia is also a senator and a senior senator at this point, and it's like. So I really liked that. I liked the little tiny nod to Bloodlines, the book, where they said that she was the head of the Defense Council.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I see this thing online that's like, Filoni has said over and over that the only thing that are canon to him is the shows and the movies, and it's like that's not what he said at all. There's that interview that he said, George always taught me the way that he looked at it back in the EU days, back in like the 2000s and stuff. He said the way that he always told me was that just the movies and the TV shows are canon. He's not talking about this new stuff where it's all supposed to be part of it. Those are comments that were before Disney even bought them. And so and you do see like all these nods to these books and stuff, and the fact that Thrawn, last episode he says, give me her planet of origin, her, this, her that, her master. And then as soon as he gets the date of this episode, I said it before he even did. I was like, the first thing, if they're tracking this character correctly, the first thing he should point out is, oh my God, this is Anakin's Padawan, because Thrawn knows him. He knows Anakin, and even more so intimately, he knows Darth Vader. They were coworkers for a couple years there. But I just love that, and I love that feeling of just like consistency. And again, too, I don't know if it was just the angles or the lighting. I felt like Thrawn looked better this episode than he did the last episode. I thought that he was fantastic, and I loved. And I think this is fair. I think some people last week were saying, Thrawn's kind of whole thing is that he's very Sherlock Holmesy, and it's like he always has, whether it's the books with like the new books with Eli Vanto, or whether it's the old books with Pelion, like he's always got to have that guy with him that's like, are you sure, Thrawn? And he's like, let me tell you why you're an idiot. And Morgan did that this episode. She was like, what are you talking about? All I see is our enemies reunited. And he's like, let me show you what I see. Like, oh my God. I was just like, as soon as he did that, I was like, they are nailing this guy. It's just giving me confidence in the future. And sure, was this singular episode the best of the series? No. When I'm counting up all 8, because there's been so many great ones, will this maybe be in the second half? Maybe. I don't know. But, I mean, the fact that I can call the bottom half of the list still pretty good episodes is crazy for this show. I mean, and it shouldn't be crazy, but it's just, I'm constantly like, man, I feel like everybody in the Star Wars fandom and everything, and us too, we were kind of we were excited, but it's kind of like a brace for impact of like, man, 8 weeks, if this does not come out good, it's like this could be rough. Like, look at Secret Invasion. By week 3, I didn't give a shit anymore. By week 6, I was getting caught up 2 weeks at a time because I was just like, oh my God. Like, we were not doing these streams for Secret Invasion. But I don't know. I really liked it, but overall, I think more so what this episode did for me was just give me even more confidence going forward. Just that, like, they are setting up these pieces, and so far for me, I think they're nailing it.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I really want to know. And
where in the world is Balin's skull?
I want to know where Balin is. I want to know what's in those frickin'... What is this cargo?
Yeah.
They're making it...
Well, last episode, he did specifically say casket.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they look like coffins,
that.
but he specifically... Or I think Enoch maybe specifically said casket.
Now, watch it just be like, whatever, but...
Yeah.
I feel like they're making it a point to be like, oh, look at everybody moving these things. Yeah. Oh, look at this saying where he says, oh, we're almost done transferring the cargo. Yeah. Like, obviously they're transporting something. Again, that was a big joke about saying like, oh, let's go to Exegol. Hopefully, I hope that's not what happens.
Yeah. Now that we have the last of our Sith zealots loaded.
Yeah. Where is there a stadium somewhere that we could put them all?
Yeah, if only there was enough infrastructure somewhere. It would be like a big trapezoid looking building.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's I always forget the girl's name.
Morgan. Elsbeth? Yeah.
Morgan. No. The
Shin.
Shin. Yeah.
Shin Hati.
I like where we're at with her, where she's kind of like in between.
Yeah.
And maybe not her kind of coming, to the we're going to be good now, but maybe just kind of staying in that middle.
Yeah.
Where kind of, and again, I wouldn't really classify,
like you said, where Balin is.
I wouldn't classify him as either side.
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of just, he's on the Thrawn side currently to kind of get to his ends. And I think maybe that's where she can end up. Because I don't know. I just don't. I just hate the whole like. Because they've just done. It's just been done to death, obviously. Where it's like, well, I'm bad, but well, now I'm good. And obviously, I don't know if everybody's ever heard my whole thing with. Again, this is like one of the small ones with Battlefront 2. But I hated that when she started off bad and then she ended up good. I was like, no, just leave her bad. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you think?
I think, like I said, I think I was definitely super on board with the don't turn either of them.
Yeah.
But then I was.
Especially not bad. No.
Yeah, but once I got to know them, I was like, I could see this guy making a turn to be like, this is not. But that was more just a initial meeting of his character being like, oh, this is what I think it should be. But like what you said, now I don't think he would turn good because I don't think in his mind he needs to turn good.
Yeah.
I think in his mind he's just who he is. He's just he is Balin. He used to be a member of the Jedi Order. Now he still has.
And I feel like his whole kind of thing too, where it's like, again, him saying like he loves the idea of the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like. I feel like what he was saying where he said that he was kind of like, I love like what it. I think where he said what it stands for, or maybe he said.
I think he said I missed the idea of it. I missed
the idea of it, but I could see him
what it meant or something.
Yeah, but I could see him being like, but I don't like say like the practices, all that stuff, like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I could see him kind of being in that, like we said, middle lane. And it's cool to see more characters like that too, because it gives different perspectives and stuff like that.
But I definitely now where we're at. I think what it is because I really like the like confusion that Shin has had of like she doesn't really know what she is, and I think the only thing that she knows is that her guiding star is Balin. And now if Balin's being like, you gotta go on your own and make your own decisions, I think like you said, it's not like, oh, I'm a good guy now, because she didn't take Ahsoka's offer, she ran away, but I think it's like well, if this guy that I've just been like, well, I'm just following his lead, all of a sudden is gone, it's the first time she's ever thinking to herself, oh, what lead do I follow, or do I make my own? So I think it could just be they could maybe even just team up next episode just purely on we need to all get back. We like, I'm not going to be stranded here, then I guess we'll have to work together type of thing. I think that's very possible. I think one of the unless there's some other stuff that we think about. I think
there's one thing that I just kind of popped in my head. So when Sabine like offers Ezra his lightsaber back, do you think him saying he didn't want it was kind of like he says, oh, you've been training with it, like you keep it, or do you think he's kind of I got the hint again? This might be like a crazy thing, but I feel like I kind of got the hint where it's like he's just fighting full force now, like he's not, and again, he hasn't had a lightsaber for however many years he's been there. Yeah. So maybe he's, lost a little bit of a step, obviously. But I almost got like a feeling that he's like a non-lightsaber fighter now. I don't know if that's like even a thing. Well, but, I mean, like, and I think it goes both ways, because it's like she's been training with it, so obviously he's gonna be like, well, you keep it because you've been using it. But it just kind of felt like it was more of a back and forth. So I felt like it was more than just that.
Well, I think there's a really good chance to say like that they can like complement each other in battle, of like if you have him only using the Force with no lightsaber and her only using the lightsaber with no access to the Force, I think that's like a really cool concept. But also I think just in practice, I think he has had now 11 years basically of just training up his Force abilities and not his lightsaber, and I was just thinking of a joke about it, but the skill trees in Fallen Order and in Survivor, it's like he's maxed out his Force one and has been neglecting his lightsaber stances. Right. But then I thought more realistically, if he is like a Force only or primarily Force fighter, how cool would it be? And sure, he was pushing people and knocking people around and knocking people into each other. I would love to see some of the more intricate Force powers from those games be in here. Like maybe he like does a quick this, and then maybe one of the troopers turns on the other troopers or something.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about, like, if that is, like,